Hello to wonderful you out there. We are live on the Secret to Success live show. Starting now. And it is another section on the Secret to Success live show. Brought to you by Destino Bound Shorelight. I am Kenneth Onwuzuka, your success, happiness, and smile coach. Your host on the Secret to Success live show. And I'm excited to be here with you at this point in time on yet another transformational edition of the Secret to Success live show on the theme, The Secrets of a Happy and Successful Youth. And I have with me to discuss on this theme today a successful youth known as Mr. Impact, Preyor Ebizimo, Jerusalem Pilgrim, and he'll be here live with me on the topic, the secret of a happy and successful youth. I'm glad for those who are joining us. I can see you, Coach Marshall. You have been a solid supporter of Destino Born Shorelight and the Secret to Success. Thank you for joining the show. And just to remind us on how it is on the show, we are going to have introduction, citation of the author, an interview proper, and then after the interview, which will last for 35 minutes, we are going to enter question and answer section, and that is when I will be taking your question on the show. You will have to type your question or send a text to 090 1472 8785. So we'll be starting soon. We want to give our audience a few minutes to join the show. I believe they will soon be with us on the show. So I implore you to sit back, relax, and expect a wonderful and transformational section with our guest, a distinguished young man, successful youth, who is doing well on the show, following in the footsteps of his father. So we'll wait for a few minutes while the show starts. I remain your success, happiness, and smile coach. We'll start in the next 3 minutes. Thank you. Thank you for joining us. I can see Auto Love Edit. You just joined us on the show. Thank you for joining us. This is the Secret to Success live show brought to you by Destino Bound Shorelight. And I am Kenneth Onwuzuka, your success, happiness, and smile coach, popularly known as Coach Kobetus. And my mission is simple: to help you achieve success, happiness, and smile in your life. I truly believe that we are created to live an amazing life on earth. So I'm glad to have you join us on the show on the theme today, the secrets of a happy and successful youth. And with me, who will be discussing on the show is Preyor Ebizimo, Jerusalem Pilgrim, a successful youth who is doing very well, known as Mr. Impact. And on the show, this is how the show will be. We are going to have the opening and introduction, what I'm doing now. and then we are going to proceed to the citation of the distinguished guest. From there, we begin our interview proper, which will last for 35 minutes, and then we'll begin the question and answer section. To have your question answered by our guest on the Secret to Success live show, you will have to type your question and I will read it out. Or you can send a text message to +234 9014728785 and your question will be answered, and then we'll have announcements and we close. So we'll be starting, we are on the introduction, and then we'll proceed now to the citation of our distinguished guest. So I thank you for joining us on the show, and I hope and I believe that we are going to have a transformational section with us today on the Secret to Success live show on the theme, The Secrets of a Happy and Successful Youth. So I can see those who are joining us, you are welcome. We are proceeding to the citation of the distinguished guest. I want to bring our guest on while the citation takes place. People are joining us. Thank you for joining us, Joseph Emeka Odo. Thank you for joining us, Hassan. Thank you. I'm glad to have all of you join me on the show today. I remain your success, happiness, and smile coach. Sit back and enjoy the show. I'll be bringing our guest on now. Princess IJ have joined. Thank you for joining on the show. I'm trying to bring our guests on the show. I'm trying to bring our guest live on the show. Is standing by on the show, and he will be with us on the shows. He will be with us soon live on the Secret to Success live show. Citation of the distinguished guest on the Secret to Success live show today, Preyor Ebizimo, and is live with us. And I'm just about to begin your citation, sir.
Okay.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome to the show. Citation of our distinguished guest, Preyor Ebizimo. He is a human anatomist with special interest in forensic science. He made his debut as a Christian author in the year 2015 with the book titled Christian Growth, which has been a source of inspiration to many young people. He is a public speaker, a coach, and a copywriter who is passionate about the youth and their leadership skills. He has served as a panelist for notable organizations and have spoken in diverse seminars and conferences. His core value is to change the lifestyle of the youth in the society with the aim of giving life-transforming tools to prosper. He is the project director of Fly Like a Cloud Foundation, an NGO with the aim to repair the degraded section of our society. His recent published book is The Richualist, which he wrote to help the youth leverage from the lifestyle of the youths. At this point, I want to employ you to read an excerpt about the book titled The Richualist, which he wrote for the youth to leverage on the lifestyle of the rich. The Richualist, about the book. Do you know why you are broke? You attribute having money to be a thing of luck or diabolic means. But there are working principles to attract money. Money is just like a magnet. You need to attract it to you with working strategies. One of the easiest ways is to leverage the lifestyles of the rich and learn what they do. The purpose of this book is to change your mindset and correct your misconception about money and explain practical steps to take you out of poverty. I must say that this is a wonderful and interesting book for everyone because resources and money are very important in the journey of success, in the journey of life. So our guest will talk more about his book, but that is his recent work, which was released a few months ago, The Richualist, to help the youth leverage on the lifestyle of the rich. Ladies and gentlemen, live on the Secret to Success show, join me and welcome Preyor Ebizimo, Jerusalem Pilgrim. Sir, thank you for coming on the show. We talked it and finally you are here. Thank you. I'm so glad to have you live on the show. Thank you for accepting. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. So our guests are here and they are live with us, and we'll move straight to our interview section. And my first question is, today we are talking about youths, and I believe that everybody is a youth. Personally, that is what I think, because I believe once you are lively, once you are active, once you are full of strength and energy and confidence, then you can go on and live your dreams. But you are our guest and you are a successful youth, popularly known as Mr. Impact. You are doing well and you have spoken at diverse seminars and conferences. You have served as panelist at notable organizations. And most importantly, you have been encouraging young people for several years now. So what is your personal definition of a happy and successful youth?
You know, when I saw the thing, I was very happy when it comes to happy and successful youth. It's something I have passion about. And I read your book on happy and smiling after, and I saw your definition of a successful and a happy youth. And you defined it that living a happy and smiling life means to be cheerful, to be contented, and to be fulfilled. I actually enjoyed the definition, and it covered most of the things I really wanted to say. Now, I want to first say that true happiness starts from within. It does not matter how much you have. No, most people will say to be happy is to have money. I have seen people that have money and not stay happy. So it's a state of mind. It is a very important key for anyone to succeed. So because without happiness, there will never be any success. So happiness is living above your worries and finding a way to overcome them. My worries at this moment might not be your worries at that moment. So probably my worry will be money, while others will be health challenges. So to overcome your worries at that moment and to live above them is what I define as happy fellow. Now, as for youth and the 21st century youth, there is no way you will call happy youth without money being involved, okay? Because it is what we live for. So a happy and successful youth, if I have to bring it to the youth lifestyle, is having those things you have planned for, having those things you have dreamed for, and accomplishing those feats is what I define a happy and successful youth. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. You talked about living above your worries, overcoming our challenges, our worries. That makes us happy and successful youths. Thank you so much for that. And that will lead us straight to our next question on the show. When you talk about living above your worries and your definition of a happy and successful youth, I would like you to tell the audience, are there any rewards that a happy and successful youth enjoy? Can you say there are rewards or benefits of being happy and successful as a youth?
Yes, there are several rewards of becoming happy and successful. In fact, there are diverse rewards. Now, there was a lady I'm very passionate about. Her name is Gabrielle Marquez. Now, she said something very interesting. She said, no medicine, no drugs can cure what happiness cannot. No medicine can cure what happiness cannot. So even a sick person knows that the first step to being healthy is happiness. The joy within will speed up any drug that a doctor will give to you. So happiness is what attracts success. It is happiness that attracts success. So if there is anyone that wants to, any youth at all that wants to live a successful and a happy life, a successful life, first that youth must become and constantly have a state of happiness and joy within. Because there is this saying that you can't use sadness to accomplish anything. You don't need to, because in fact, depression alone kills faster than any other thing. Depression kills. So one of the best rewards of becoming a happy and successful life is it gives longevity of life. It gives like you live very, very, at times when you see some people, they have all the money, but they are not happy. You see them and you see their age and the way they appear. You see there is a very big difference because it has to do much with your appearance. When you see a happy and a successful fellow, but know that there is this aroma, there is this kind of joy that's always coming out within. So every time for everything you do, it gives you a edge. And another thing that I've noticed that when you are happy and successful, it makes you think faster. It makes you think faster of your next goal. It gives you an open mind to explore more grounds. It gives you a room to try different things to be more successful. That's why you see successful people venturing into more and more businesses because it gives them an open mind to do leverage on other things. So there are diverse and several rewards, benefits of becoming a successful, a happy and a successful youth.
So thank you for that. You mentioned, if I get you correctly, you mentioned the state of happiness. You have to achieve the state of happiness. And Otolov Edet from India, a PhD student right from India, who is with us on the show, she also agreed 100% with that. She says happiness attracts success. Thank you for that. And then you talked about living for a long time, longevity of life. Talked about if it makes you to have a long life. They talked about ability to exploit, successful people exploring other things, having more options, going to other areas of life and still achieving more success. So they are happy. So you are happy, you attract happiness, then you prolong your life, and then you are able to achieve more. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. So how can one achieve a happy and successful life? How can a youth my chat, I want us to talk about the young persons, because we find out now the future of our nation, the future of the world are the young people. You find out that if a young person who is a freshman in the university, if you give him 5 years, 4 years, 7 years, they are in leader, they get into leadership position in life, in the country, in areas of life. So, and you talked about depression when you were talking about benefits of a happy and successful youth. There have been many suicide attempts. Some have been successful, and most of them are young persons. So my focus is on the young people. You know, many young people are facing a hard time becoming successful in life. Many of them are not happy. Many of them are not financially stable. They are not financially buoyant. Many of them are struggling to afford the basic life needs. Many of them don't even have a business. Some have started a business and went bankrupt. Some are not doing well. So you find out that that is where it starts from, the young people. And so what I'm trying to drive to is, how can these youths, these young people, achieve a happy and successful life? How is it possible? What can they do?
I don't want to be too spiritual, but I am using my example. I always tell people that have listened to me, no matter any platform I see myself, the most vital factor of happiness is um,
I lost you, but you are back. So I don't know if you can begin to answer that question again.
okay. Like I said, that I don't want to be too spiritual, but everywhere I find myself, the key factor to happiness, I call it the constant factor, is God. I place him first before I start the other things. Now, I'm using myself as a case study on how I strive to be where I am. Now, how can a youth achieve happiness? You've said it before that the rate of suicidal attempts are increasing. It's not because they are happy. There is no happy person that wants to go and commit suicide. So it's because of different issues disturbing them. Now, if aside God, how can one live successful now? Everyone has a dream. Everyone must have a dream. Everyone that intends to get to a place in life must have a dream. Now, I don't mean sleeping and having an illusion in the night. Now, according to a prominent man, it says awake from sleeping. Those issues, those set goals that you have placed before your eyes that will deprive sleep from you, that you make every way possible to get them fulfilled. That is a dream. So every youth must have a dream. I don't mean having dreams to follow politicians to rig election. No. Having a dream that is potent enough to take you to that place that you are destined to get to. Now, so you must have a dream. Now, it does not stop having a dream. Now, every dream requires action. There is no dream that will become successful without the required action. I've heard from many youth, when I speak to them, they will tell me, I came from a very poor background. There is no uncle to help me. There is, I have no one to push my back. Yes, we are. Now, John Ovidi once said something, that if you are born into this developing nation, this third world nation, ordinarily, life has been you 1-0. Because things are not as smooth as they should be in the developed countries. So, but you can leverage on those things. I was talking to someone, and I said, in every problem, there is a way to make money. In every problem, there is a way to be successful. Despite the Boko Haram issues that is trending, do you know that there are people that are leveraging on that crisis to be successful in their business? There are people selling things to them. So there must be an action to push your dream. There must be a required action to push your dream. Now, like I defined happiness before, it's a state of the mind. It comes from the within. In every journey, there must be challenges. That does not require you to quit because you have faced one closed door. Now, the closed door should give you more energy to push harder. My mentor once said something, that if you get to a door and the door is locked, I cannot open it. They just kick it open. So you can force your way even when the country economy is bad, even when the circumstances around you is not improving. But if you are determined to be successful, it starts from a step. Take a step. Don't just allow that dream to say, at the right time, at the right time. There is no right time. Every time is right for the right user. There is never a right time. Every time is right for the right user. It depends on how you use your time. So once you take that step, there is always this backing. Once you take the first step, there is always this backing that comes, and you see yourself doing the things that you actually thought you couldn't do, simply because you are taking a step to get to where you are. So as a youth that wants to be successful, have a dream. Don't stop just there. Get the required actions. Now, if the actions require you learning a skill, learn the skill. If the action require you going for training, go for the training. I don't mean just going to the university. Get a skill. Now, skill is what sells more than anything in this world right now. Skill. It sells more than even a certificate. So I have never seen a successful fellow without a skill. There must be something tangible that everybody will refer to you, that this person is good at this thing. That attracts alone. That alone attracts success in a dimension. And I believe when you get the necessary skill and improve yourself on it with the required actions, you become where you have dreamt of being. Thank you.
Thank you so much for doing justice to that question. Have a dream, take required action, and get a skills, and you will be successful. I like the way you put it. You said, I have never seen a successful person without a skills. That is so amazing. That is so wonderful. And I agree with you 100%. And I love this. Thank you so much. You see, why we are holding this show is to help people to understand, to succeed. The mission is to help people achieve success, happiness, and smile in their life. So thank you for coming on the show. And you are because from so far you are doing, I am learning myself. There's never a successful person without the skills. Get more skills. You know, some person think we are holding this show so that I'm learning from the show because it's improving me. You know, you are growing day by day, and you are learning. So I am glad that you finally came to this show, and this is wonderful. I love it. So now I want to come to you personally. You know, you have actually done a lot. You know, I know it requires so much for your position as the project director for Fly Like a Cloud Foundation. And I see what you are doing, putting smiles on the faces of people. I was so touched when I see the smiles on the faces of the elderly women when you were giving them items and other persons. You know, that is really encouraging. And that is something we should encourage and we are proud of. Then I have also seen your programs with the young people, you know, encouraging them to become successful. And in fact, you are living truly to your name, Mr. Impact. So I personally, being on this journey, I know what is not easy. Actually, it's not easy. You know, there are a lot of challenges, there are a lot of encounters. There are so many things behind the scene people are not seeing. People see the result. So I want to ask you personally, what has been your greatest challenges, you know, on your journey of life so far? in impacting lives? What have been your greatest challenges in impacting lives?
In every step you take, there are challenges. And the good thing about the challenges is that they are what make the journey worthwhile. When you think back and you see the several challenges that you overcame, you smile and like, actually I've done well. Now, when it comes to the youth, one of my greatest challenge till date is their willingness to learn and grow. The willingness of the youth to learn and grow. Now, I was talking to a friend and I said, organize a free class. Just organize a free class. You will see less number of youths that want to learn. But post a giveaway in your handle, you will see thousands of comments, even the ones that you have never seen before. Just put giveaway and you see them flow in. Because they feel they just want to be fed, but they don't want to learn the way to grow. I organized a program in my environment, in my village actually, on youth actually, youth growth. And I wanted to teach them on digital marketing, which I do. I organized people to try to get the class. Do you know that it was a free class? I paid for the people to come, 3 days training. But for these youths to be willing to learn and grow was something that you had to force them. So the willingness of the youth is one of the challenges that in this country I'm still trying to overcome. But thank God there are some youths that are now beginning to see the reason for growth. Now, my mentor was speaking and I said, growth will cost you, but not growing will cost you more. Growth will cost you, but not growing will cost you more. Now, when you just speak to a youth and they say, buy a book, they will feel, what is the need of buying a book? They don't want to spend on their growth, but yet they want to grow. They don't want to invest on themselves, but yet they want harvest. There is no seed sown, but they're expecting the harvest to come. So the basic challenge I face when it comes to youth is the willingness. You have to go extra mile, the pushing. If it means going to them, just like winning shows, you have to go and speak to them every day for free. It's something that you're not collecting a dime, you just want to impact, but you have to keep pushing because some of these youth, and they are our colleagues, our friends. I remember I spoke to one of my friends, and he was this guy that I love so much. He keep coming for give me cash, give me money, give me money. So there was a day I felt, what should I do to fix it permanently? I said, okay, let me give you a generator. Let me give you the necessary things. So you should go and learn how to cut hair. So at least from there, you'll be taking a step to becoming your own. The guy said, I'm insulting him. That why would I say him should go and cut hair? That is a downgrade to him. I told him that no one ever grows without starting from somewhere. There must be a starting point that does not look like it. But with dedication, it takes you far. So my greatest challenge when it comes to youth, like I tell everyone, is the willingness of the youth. That's just it. Thank you.
Wow, the willingness of the youth. The willingness of the youth. I thank you, sir. And I would like to read some comments before we proceed from our audience. Author Love Edith from India. She said, yes, sir, every time is the right time for the right user. You know, that one is coming from Love Edit. And Dr. Nonzamu Dupe, all the way from South Africa. She was once my distinguished guest on the show. And last week she launched her book. She also commented and she said, growth will cost you more on what you have. Growth will cost you more, not growing will cost you. Growth will cost you, not growing will cost you more. Powerful statement right there. Thank you for your comment. It means that we are following the show and we are listening, and that is very, very important. Thank you, and I'm sure our guest is happy about it too. So thank you so much, sir. You know, it's not easy with the young people. It's not easy bringing the young people. God will continue to sustain you because you are a blessing generation. You are a blessing for our generation, and I keep applauding what you are doing because it is not easy. It is not easy. It is not easy being out there doing those things and touching lives. So thank you so much. And then I would like to ask you next is, are there any secrets, specialized knowledge, or any technical know-how required to make money or to get resources? You know, without these things, it becomes difficult to succeed, especially in our developing countries.
Yes. You know, everything revolves around money. When some people say money is bad, no, in fact, there is nothing you can do right now without money. So money is one basic tool that everyone must have if you want to be successful. Now, this was what actually led me to write the book, The Richualist, actually. So The Richualist is basically all about how to get money. So let me share some of the things here for the purpose of this class. Now, to get money, first principle is you must sell something. To get money, you must sell something. It does not necessarily mean selling a product, but there must be something that you are selling, because money comes from buying and selling. A mentor of mine once said that for you to be rich, you must sell more than you buy. For you to be rich, you must sell more than you buy. So if you buy more than you sell, you're a broke man. You're a very broke man. So it is how much you sell that determines the money that you get. And if you read about the book that which you just read, if they listen, talk about magnet. Money is magnetic. You attract money. There are ways to attract money. Now, there are steps to take. It's just like you running after a lizard. The more you run, the more the lizard run. So when you try to pursue money, money gets far. But once you have necessary things in your hand, you attract the money. You just stay where you are. That's why you see the rich men. They don't need to struggle for money. They have what it takes to attract money. So there are what it takes to attract money. So I wrote down something, and I said, have a positive mindset. It all starts from the mind. I don't think I can make it. This country is hard. And there's no money in this country. The economy is down. You know, during the lockdown, after the lockdown, I was walking past somewhere, and I saw a house, newly house built during lockdown. I was like, I thought you were in lockdown. When did they build this house? So even in lockdown, people are having the money to build. What is happening? There is money. It's not just, you don't have the necessary skill to attract that money. So change that mindset that I cannot become rich. Now, rich people, they believe. They have this belief that I can create my life. It does not matter the negativity around. I can create my life. That's the first step if you must get money. Take these poor people believe that life is not just happening to me. It is my family people that are not making me to be rich. That is a poor man mindset. Nobody is entitled to you. And in fact, nobody owes you anything. Nobody. If you get anything from someone, it's just out of willingness. Nobody owes you anything. So when you put so much concentration on people's wealth, you are a poor fellow. You are a broke fellow. Money only comes to those that have positive mindset. And I spoke about the thinking of most youth, that once you see someone living in affluence, it's like he's doing an illegal means, or he's a ritual, a cultist or something. Or no, sir. There are clean ways of making money by just following principles, following strategies. So it's by the mindset. Take away that mindset that you cannot make it. Then another thing that you must know is there must be sacrifice to make. There must the sacrifice to make. Sacrifice of your time, sacrifice of your resources, sacrifice of your comfort. You cannot be sleeping around and you expect money to come. Money don't move to those that sleep. Money don't go to those that sleep. You have to be awake to attract this money. Then, time. You know, a digital world. So most of us tend to stay most of our time in the social media world, gaining nothing. Now you pass. There's what someone said, that you can spend time and you can invest time. Spending time is wasting time. Investing time is getting something out of the time to attract money. So one way to attract money is how to invest your time. It's not about having, no one is about youth. You want to say, let me get $1 million out of a business. No, sir. It's not about the $1 million. It starts from investing your time. How much of the 24 hours have you used to grow yourself? How much of the 24 hours do you have to say, this time is meant for me to grow? But with all due respect, sir, so those that were watching Big Brother in Nigeria, 24 hours, it is good. I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with it, but what is the growth in it, apart from the many things? So if you want to get money, you need to sacrifice. There is no prize without a price. You cannot win a prize without paying the price. So there are principles that attract money. And one of those principles, like I said, is have a positive mindset. There's always a sacrifice to pay. Thank you.
Wow. So much to learn from. Thank you, sir. We are running, time is running against us, but we are still doing well. And before we proceed to the question and answer section, I would like to just ask you one more question, and then we open the floor for our question and answer section, and which is, what achievement are you most proud of?
Now, you know, in my little years of this thing, I've had, especially in the foundation, I've had several achievements that gives me joy. Now, like you said, one of them was when we visited the old women. It was something that we thought of, and we said, okay, let's visit our mothers that have been taking care of us, have been praying for us behind the scene. Now, when it comes to the youth, there was this mentee of mine. I met this guy on a bus when I was going to Lagos from Ibadan. And he was literally crying in the bus. So I said, what happened? He said he's tired of life and he's trying to give up on everything. So we exchanged numbers because of the boss, and we spoke on phone. So I placed him on books to read to transform his mindset. And after 3 months, the same person that was basically giving up on life, that is broke, he's that, he doesn't have anything to do. This guy called him and said, Dad, that I should send my account number. I was like, what happened? What did you do? So I sent the account number, and without any delay, he sent me 300K. 300K. I was shocked to my bone marrow. I was like, so I asked him, what happened? What did you do? He said he read a book, Eat the Frog by Brian Tracy, that I gave to him. Then he saw the reason for his downcast in life, that he was procrastinating the gift God has given to him. So he practically just made a plan, and he ventured into one of the businesses that he has wrote over 20 years of his life, trying to say when he will start, when I get 2 million, when I get 3 million. So he had a little money. I just started with the business, and to his greatest surprise, he leveraged on digital marketing that I taught him, and things started flowing. I was like, wow. So I was even trying to teach me. So that means that I'll have the money to do. But so that's one of my greatest achievements that I'm always proud of. So he's top notch in my list of achievements. Thank you.
Wow, 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 wow. Thank you so much. You must have really touched the life of that guy. And keep doing so. Keep doing so. Keep doing so. Before we proceed to question and answer section right away, let me take comments from our audience who have been with us on the show. And the comment we have, Hassan is waving us. Hassan Umar is waving us. And then Love Edit is saying, lots of us youth are not willing to go through the path of success. Rather, they prefer to be spoon-fed, having entitlement mentality. That is coming from Love Edit from India. Thank you so much, Love Edit, for that commentary. And then Oge joined and she's waving at us from Lagos. And then we have Coach Masha Lawrence Osalachuku, who is doing so much well in the personal improvement of people. Is actually is a student of the University of Abuja and is with us live on the show. And he's saying this section is timely for me. So Masha, I am glad you were able to join the show. And if you have more questions, I think you should be typing your question now because we are into the question and answer section. So, and then Masha is saying, this section is timely for me. Thank you for that. And then Dr. Nonzamo Dupe, all the way from South Africa, is saying, true, nobody owes you anything, even your family. Entitlement kills people. If you keep in mind that nobody owes you anything, you are less expectant and get hungry to achieve. Thank you, sir, because you brought that up. Thank you, sir. And that is coming from Dr. Nonzamo. And I want to say a welcome to a very important person. She joined us all the way from Cambridge Health Fair, England. A wonderful woman that has been following up everything I'm doing. Madam Virginia Hikes. She's live with us on the show. Thank you for joining, Mom. I'm so glad that you joined today's show. Thank you. Our family is a very important family in England. And I don't know whether she would like me to mention name, but let me stop there. Mommy, thank you for joining us. And so we are in the question and answer section. And if you have any question, like I said, this show, The Secret to Success Live Show, is as a result of the book that was released in June on 26th of this year. And this is the practical aspect of that book. And I've discovered that there's so much more that is not in the first book from this show because I'm learning more. And we are going practical. My mission is to help others achieve success, happiness, and smile. You know, and that is why we brought this show, so that you will hear from people who are successful. You will see how they have done it, what they are doing to be successful, and what you need to do, the required actions you need to take. So having these people give us their advice, that genuine heartfelt advice, is something wonderful. So this is the practical aspect of the Secret to Success show. And it's practical in the sense that whatever question you have, our guests will be here to answer you. If you have been following up the show and you have any question, you can type your question and I will read it out, whatever question you have. Or you can send a text to +234 90 72 87 and 85 and I will read it out. I'll take it again. +234 90 14 72 87 and 85. We are in the question and answer session and we have less than 15 minutes for this section, for this question and answer section. So I'm expecting your question to pop up so that we can take them and we wrap up for today's show. It has been really a transformational Wednesday, like we said. So thank you for those who join us and those who are watching. Thank you. Thank you. So while we are waiting for the questions, they are coming, and they're coming. So while we're waiting for the question, I would like to use this up. Oh, we have a question here. We have a question here, and the question says, what, sir, I hope you are with me.
Yes, sir. Yes, I can hear you, sir.
Yes. What can one do to stay away from negative energy that wants to contaminate our happiness and success, especially if this negative energy are from close pals? What can one do to stay away from negative energy that wants to contaminate our happiness and success, especially if this negative energy are from close pals, from love edit?
All right. Thank you very much for that question. It's one of the things that we face presently. The ones close to us trying to talk us down when it comes to success. Now, I once wrote an article that I titled "Ignore the Naysayers." Naysayers. Ignore the naysayers. And today, I also wrote an article that said, if you quit now, the same people that are saying you down will be the one to rejoice. If you give up now, the same people that are saying you cannot do it will be the one to say, we talk her. You can't do it. If you say, I am tired now, you are not disappointing them, you are just disappointing yourself. That's why I said, ignore the naysayers. They will always speak. That is what they are meant for, saying what they want to say. But if you take what the negative vibe they give to heart, you are destroying where you are going to by yourself. Now, they can't control you. All they can do is to speak, is to tell you you cannot. My boss will always tell me that if there is no one trying to pull you down, that you cannot, then what you are doing is irrelevant. If there is no one that is trying to take you or make you deviate from your path, then what you are doing is relevant. But if you are doing something very serious, there are those ones that you look up to that are close friends that will always say, you cannot do this thing now. It's not possible. I have tried it before. It cannot work. That's why they say everything that is existing now was once said it was impossible. Everything that was created, that was people discovered, was once said by people that was not possible. But they were determined to say, even if it's not possible, let me give it a try. I will keep trying. I will not quit because you say it's not possible. So what I normally do when friends of mine tell me that it's not possible, I tell them to watch me and let me see. Watch and see. That's the simplest question I give to them. Watch and see me do it. Then you will know how to do it. I said, that's the difference between me and you. You just watch me do it. Then you will know how to do it. So the easiest thing to do is ignore them and do the things that you know you can do.
Wonderful answer. Ignore them and do the things you can do. Do the things they say you can't do. Thank you. We have a question here. Lovedet, I believe he has thrown some light on your question, and ignore the naysayers and do what they say you can't do. And then we have another question, and this one says, the guest mentioned that one should invest time to develop themselves. What do you do personally to develop yourself other than formal education? And this is coming from South Africa, from Dr. Nonzamo Dupe. Should I take it again?
No, I get the question. Now,
okay.
In Nigeria, formal education, going to the classroom block does nothing to us right now. I'm not saying going to school is bad. It's one of the things that keep you an edge over people. But the school will not teach you the real life. The school will not teach you the skills required to attract money. Let me tell you how I do it. Now, every month, I have stipulated number of hours I must use to invest on myself. How do I do that? I have books of the month. Every month I have books of the month. If this month is discipline, I read books on discipline. If it's financial growth, I read books on financial growth. I'm a digital marketer, so I also have time for my digital marketing skills. So I always grow them. I feel like what you are doing now is investing of time to grow yourself. This is not classroom, but this is where you are told real and practical experience to grow you. You are investing your time, you are investing your resources right now, and you are discomforting yourself to grow. There are others like you that heard this broadcast but decided not to do that. But the same time they are using to while away and not getting any positive thing, you are using it to get things that will help you grow. So investing of time goes beyond formal education. It goes beyond the classroom, what they teach you. It's you deliberately trying to look for ways that will grow you, learning skills, putting your time in those skills and growing those skills that you are sought out of. Now, one thing I tell people, it's not about learning the skill. Know the skill to the point that you become the best in that skill. That once they name 2-3 people in that area, they must call you. Because you have invested your time to grow that area, and you have grown yourself with your time. Because it requires time for you to be efficient in any skill. It requires time if you must be efficient in any skill. Even talking is a skill. Public speaking, I'm sure Coach will agree with me. Public speaking is not about just, it requires you taking out time to grow yourself. So there are several things you need to do to grow yourself aside from education. Thank you.
Okay. Before we leave that question, I still want more answer on that question. Like, are there methods you can recommend, specific method, specific strategies for somebody to grow their time? Because this question is broader than it appears.
Yes. Now, there's one is planning. There must be planning. You have 24 hours. You will decide how much of the 24 hours you want to use to grow yourself. Now, I call it investment time. I have it on my schedule, investment time. Investment time means out of the 24 hours, it might not be every day, but at least I can, in the week, I will require maybe 48 hours of the time to grow myself. Those are so you must plan the time out. Secondly, you must strategize which way work best for you. Which way work best for you. There are some times if I want to read some books, I prefer reading them in public places. It gives me more vibe. But there are sometimes I have to separate myself, exclude myself from places, and in my confines, study them. Now, I know it's not a digital world now, so most people use their gadgets, their phone to study. And that is where the distraction comes. Because while some of them are studying to grow themselves and doing skills, they are still WhatsApping, Instagramming, Twittering, and those things take the time, and you say you have invested. So you must strategize which way works best for you. And thirdly, how to invest on your time. I would say, I call it a study room. It must not be a full room. Like, I have a space in my house where I feel very comfortable that I will sit down. I will make it official. Not sleeping on the bed and say I'm trying to learn skill. I'll make it very official. Even if it's in the house, I'll make it very serious, make it so official. If you see me preparing for classes, you think that the class has started already. It's as if it is a real class. The demo will be as if it's a class. Because I am making it real, as if I'm attending the class. So make it official when you are investing your time. Don't play and say, just waste time now. There's no big deal about it. There's a big deal. There's a big deal.
All right. I would like to cut the show and we rejoin so that we can be able to save the record. We have just